Hello guys and welcome to another Ollie's on the Ball tips video. We're up to finals week 1 now, so only a couple of weeks left in the season. Obviously the finals tips videos are going to be a bit shorter, but I'll still try and make them a decent length. Anyway, last week I got 5 out of 9 tips. I got 8 out of 9 Ollie's calls. Moving on to the first game. Melbourne Collingwood, 7:20 MCG Thursday. So this is the qualifying final, first v fourth. Collingwood last week finished off with a big win over Essendon. Melbourne, close win over Sydney in Sydney. So both coming off good wins. This game should be about 50-50 really. Both teams have been in the top 4 all year. Well, pretty much all year since the start. Melbourne obviously won the grand final a couple of years ago. Collingwood made it to the prelim last year. And Melbourne made it to the semi. They got knocked out 2 matches. Melbourne, Simon Goodwin's coaching record, 5-3. Craig McRae's finals record, 1-2. So Simon Goodwin's a bit more experienced, whereas Craig McRae has only had 1 season with Collingwood. But this should be pretty close game. Collingwood haven't been in the best of form. So in the end, I think I'm going to tip Melbourne by 15 with my Ollie's call. Clayton Oliver has 22 plus disposals. Moving on to the next game, Carlton Sydney MCG 7:50pm Friday. Carlton 5th 13-1-9. Michael Vosk finals record 0-0. Carlton lost to GWS in the last round. They rested a few of their players and they had Cripps out, so not biggest surprise. Michael Voss obviously hasn't coached a final. They missed out last year. It's only second year coaching. Sydney 8th 12-1-10. John Longmire's finals record is 12-12. He's obviously coached Sydney for quite a while, led them to a couple of premierships and quite a few grand finals. I think like 4 grand finals he's led them to. This should be a pretty close game, but given the fact it's in Melbourne, I'm going to tip Carlton by 32 with my Ollie's call. Charlie Curnow, the Coleman medalist, kicks 2 plus goals. Moving on to the next game at the MCG again. 3:20pm Saturday, GWS St Kilda. St Kilda, they're coming off a loss to Brisbane. They should have lost by heaps more. But they didn't play too badly, especially in that second half. They finished 13-10. The Giants, 7th, coming off a win over the Blues. They finished 13th-10. The Giants this game could have been in Sydney at Giant Stadium if the Giants beat the Blues by a couple more goals. But lucky for me and Saints fans, the Blues kicked a couple of late goals, so it's a Saints home final. Ross Lyon's coaching record 9-1-10, obviously played in that drawing grand final and led St Kilda to another grand final. Adam Kingsley's finals record 0-0. Obviously first year as coach. Yeah, this should be a pretty easy win for the Giants, I think. I'm going to tip the Giants by 39 with my Ollie's call. GWS lead all game. Moving on to the last game, qualifying final, 2nd v 3rd. Both teams 17-6. Brisbane got quite better percentage. Chris Fagan finals record is 3-6. Ken Hinkley's finals record 5-5. So both teams have been quite successful in the past few years and were in the top 4 all year. This should be a decent game, but at the Gabba, you would think Brisbane would be favourites. So it should be Brisbane's win. Pretty easy, you would think. Coming off a win they should have won more by, a game they should have won more by against St Kilda. Port Adelaide win over Richmond at home wasn't very convincing, but a win's a win. I think in the end Brisbane will win this by 22 with my Ollie's call that Cam Rayner kicks 2+ goals. Now, moving on to the last slide, the last thing in this video, and the big thing, the all official 2023 Ollie's on the Ball All Australian team. So this isn't my All Australian team prediction. This is my All Australian team. So let me go through it, and I'll quickly go through the remaining 18 after. So, starting with the fullbacks, Harris Andrews, I think that's pretty straightforward. Darcy Moore, I think that's also pretty straightforward. And he's a surprise, but he's played really well this season. Jackson Payne, I reckon he deserves a spot in the All-Australian team. Moving on to the halfbacks. Jack Sinclair, pretty straightforward. Nick Dacos, pretty straightforward. Harry Sheezel, I think he deserves to be in the All-Australian team. He's averaged like 28 disposals a game. He's been pretty effective for North. Moving on to the midfield. Caleb Sarong and Josh Dacos in the wing. So we've got both Dacos brothers. Then we've got Zach Butters in the centre. Half forward, Toby Green and Errol Goulden on the outside, I think are pretty good choices. Then we've got Tex Walker at half forward. And then we've got Charlie Cameron in the forward pocket, Charlie Curnow at full forward, and Nick Larkey in the other forward pocket. Then followers, we've got English as our ruck, Bontempelli and Rosie as our crummers. Then we've got interchange, we've got Oscar Allen representing the Eagles, Christian Petrarca, Jordan Dawson and Tom Stewart, and my subs Tim Kelly. And then we've got the remaining 18, so here it is. We've got Jacob Weering, Sam Taylor, Callum Wilkie, Liam Baker, Braden Maynard, Chai Bolton, Mason Wood, Nick Martin, Chad Warner, Luke Bruce, Jeremy Cameron, Cozzy Pickett, Kyle Langford, Joe Danaher, Jack Lukosius, Ryan Marshall, Zach Merritt and Tom Green. So there's my 40 and my team. Well, actually it's 41 because of the sub. Anyway, thanks for watching Ollie's on the Bolt. Hope you keep listening and see you next time. Bye!